Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today I will talk about different scales that are used to measure variables. This is lecture 12. Till now I have uploaded total 11 lecture on this topic, and this topic is very important because questions are always asked. You will have questions where you have to match different variables against their characteristics, so it is really important. Till now I have uploaded total 11 lectures on this topic. Research aptitude plus practice sets have been also uploaded on this topic, so you can go and check out. Those who are watching first time, please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. The first question is, what is variable? So it is anything that is capable of assuming different values is termed as variable. I have made a separate video on variables and their types. You can go and check out them. So here the variable can be anything which is capable of assuming different values. As the name suggests, variable, that it varies, something that varies. For example, height, it keeps on changing. Say for example, height of plant, height of a child growing, or force. If you kick a ball with 5 Newton, then it will cover certain distance. If you kick the same ball with 10 Newton, then it will cover more distance, right? So here the thing is that this force can be changed from 5 to 10, from 10 to 12, 15. So it comes in a variable. Opposite of variable is constant. There is anything that don't change, like for example the color of your eyes, your gender, it doesn't change naturally, so they are constant. So there was a person named Steven. He has given 4 types of measurement scale to measure variables. The first one is nominal scale, or naming scale, or classificatory scale. As the name suggests, it is used just to name or classify something. Classification of someone's gender, male, female, transgender. Classification of someone's nationality, Indian, non-Indian. Religion, Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, whatever religion they follow. Or state of residence, UP, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, wherever they belong. So these are classification. Under naming a nominal scale, I will give an example of a cricket team. So there are players. Each player has a jersey marked with some numbers. It can be 1, 2, 7, 11, 34. This number doesn't signify anything. That the player who has wore jersey number 1 that will bat first, it has nothing to do with the sequence. So these values has no significance at all. These numbers has no significance. Same thing goes with the class roll number. So in a class, if the names are arranged alphabetically and against each name the numbers are given. For example, roll 1 has some name, roll 2 has different other name, roll 3 has other name. So this roll 1 doesn't mean that he is the smartest boy in the class, that he is the topper. The second means doesn't mean that he is the second topper. It has nothing to do with the performance, with any ranking. The numbers are just made for our own convenience. The same goes with registration number, ethnicity. So this was all about nominal or naming scale. Just try to understand once again that, for example, if there is a team, say football team, and that team has a t-shirt, that they are wearing t-shirt, and on each t-shirt there is some number, so that number doesn't have any significance, that the one who is wearing t-shirt number 1 will be a striker, then t-shirt 2 will be defender. No, the numbering are just done for our own convenience, so that we can do our paperwork easily. Same thing goes with the cricket team. If someone is wearing jersey 1, that doesn't mean that he or she is the captain. That doesn't mean that he or she will be the first one to bat. If someone is having jersey number 10, that doesn't mean that he or she is going to ball first. So it has nothing to do with the ranking or anything. It is just the way to arrange, to give them number for our own convenience. So I will suggest just remember these few examples and you will be very much capable to memorize any concept. Next point we have that it is mutually exclusive and collectively exhaustive. Means that if you are asked a question like, in which semester do you read, first, second, third, or fourth? So for example, you say that I read in first semester. So under that scenario, this has an exclusive option. It has an exclusive pick exclusive answer, and the moment you answer it, the question will exhaust. Okay, the same person can't be in semester 1 and semester 4 same time. It's not possible because it is mutually exclusive. It can be either of them, maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 or 4. That should be exclusive. That can be exclusive. It can't have more than one pickup options. Next we have ordinal ranking scale. So this one, it has all the properties of nominal scale. Whatever properties nominal scale has, it had all the properties, but the only difference is that it allows ranking. It allows relative ranking. How? Because it helps to divide the subgroups into certain order. That there is a ordering, there is a ranking. It can be from worst to best, best to worst, first to last, or last to first. For example, in a class, a list is made where those who have scored highest are placed at the top, and those who have scored lowest are placed at the lowest end. So here this ranking is done from highest to lowest. Okay, so in this scenario, this 1 has a value. If I am saying that Pradeep name is at 1, that means Pradeep is the highest scorer. If someone says Sneha name is at the second, that means Sneha is the second rank holder in the class. So this 1, 2 has a value. It represents the order, and these are relative ranking. Sneha is second in respect to Pradeep, that is rank 1. Similarly goes with rank 3rd, that this person is rank 3rd because of his relative ranking with rank 2 and rank 1. So this is about ordinal or ranking scale, and it lacks magnitude of ranking. It doesn't talk about any magnitude, that whether the top scorer has scored 72% or this one has scored 71.4. So this doesn't talk about magnitude. This other example we can take of socio-economic status. So here the ranking should be made from low to high. That is the order that has to be followed. So here we have a chart, and we have 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the lower middle class will be at the top, then middle class, then high middle class. So in this scenario we have arranged the middle class from low to high. So the class that is at 1 is the lowest, the class at the 3rd is the highest. So this is all about ordinal or ranking scale. Next is interval scale. It has all the characteristics of ordinal scale. Whatever we have read under ordinal scale, it follows all the characteristics, but there is a difference, and the difference is that it uses a unit of measurement. It has a unit of measurement, very important, with the arbitrary starting and terminating points. So the starting and terminating points are arbitrary. It doesn't follow any rule, and it is also it has magnitude ranking. So I will give an example to understand this, that this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, this is 5. So at 1 I will put somewhat agree, then at 2 I will put completely disagree, at 3rd I will put neutral, then similarly I will put somewhat agree, somewhat disagree, or completely disagree. So these are the chart. So this is arbitrary. There is no rule that at 3rd it will be neutral. The neutral can be at 5th also. The neutral value can be at 1 also. So it has arbitrary starting and arbitrary terminating point. It's all up to you that what value you want to assign to 1. Whether you want to give us assign 1 neutral, somewhat agree, somewhat disagree, completely agree, somewhat disagree, or completely disagree. It's all up to you. So it has arbitrary starting and terminating points. Just remember this. Other characteristic of interval scale is that it has equal distance between the point of scale. So these are equidistant. The distance between 1 and 2 is equal to distance between 2 and 3. So these are equidistant. Okay, and other thing is that under this interval scale, 0 has arbitrary value. Okay, for example, you have a thermometer in your home and it has a 0 degree C, okay, somewhere, or maybe it is the starting point that you have a scale. It has 0 degree C, then it will continue up to value. So this 0 degree has a value, because if I say 0 degree, that means it is cold. It signifies some value, it has a magnitude. So under interval scale, 0 is arbitrary, it doesn't carry absolute value. If I say 0 centimeter, then there 0 means 0, that length doesn't exist, that centimeter length doesn't exist. But if I say 0 degree C, that means it is cold. So under interval scale, 0 is arbitrary. Just remember, under interval scale, 0 is arbitrary. Starting and terminating points are also arbitrary. You can just keep wherever you want. You can keep somewhat agree at the first position, somewhat disagree at the fifth. It's all up to you, but it has equal distance between the points of a scale. So this was about interval scale. There are few scales that comes under interval scale. The first one is 5-point Likert scale. So under this you have this scale marked 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. So this completely agree can be at 1, somewhat agree can be at 2, similarly this, and similarly this. So this is Likert scale. For example, there is one statement that pollution is a major problem. This is a statement. So you can choose either 1 that you completely agree, you can choose 2 that you somewhat disagree, you can choose even 3rd that you don't take any position, you are neutral in this, or you can choose to be 4 that is somewhat disagree, or 5th completely disagree. So this is all up to you, and it is 5-point Likert scale. Other scale under interval scale is net promoter scale. Under this scale, the rating is done from 1 to 10. Okay, so this is a scale at equidistance that is marked from 1 to 10. So you have to rate it on the scale of 1 to 10. So it is known as net promoter scale. Other scale we have bipolar matrix table. So bi means 2, polars, pole. So we have 2 poles. This is a table that we have to pick. If a statement is there, how do you rate dull weather, or do you like dull weather? So if you like it very much, then you are going to pick up this one. If you like somewhat, then you are going to pick up this one. And you're like, okay, it's okay, I don't love it very much, I don't. So you can take the neutral position. Similarly, thing goes with bright. So how do you rate the bright weather? Whether you like it very much, somewhat, or you take a neutral position. So it's all up to you. It's all up to the respondent, that who is responding to your research question or data collecting questions or your questionnaires. So this was all about bipolar matrix table. These 3 rating scales comes under interval scale. Next and the last one is ratio scale. It is a highly advanced scale and it combines all the properties of nominal, ordinal and interval scale. But there is a difference. The difference is that it has a meaningful 0 point, that is it has absolute 0 points, which was missing in interval scale. In interval scale, the 0 was arbitrary and the starting and finish point was also arbitrary, but in this scale it has a fixed starting point, it can't be arbitrary. And ratio scale consists of equidistant points, so the distance between the points on scales are equidistant, similar to interval scale. I will give you an example that you have a measuring scale. So you have a measuring scale like this, and it starts from 0 centimeter and goes up to 15 centimeters. So it has a fixed starting point. Just have a look, 0 centimeter, and it is a meaningful 0 point. That if I say 0 centimeter, that means it doesn't exist. In actual, that centimeter is 0. It carries the absolute value. So this was all about ratio scale, that it has meaningful 0 point, and it has a fixed starting point, and it has a unit of measurement that can be centimeter, kilometer, any unit of measurement. So here are few examples to understand ratio scale so that you can remember the ratio scale in a much better way. The first is income, age, weight, height, marks obtained, and hours spent on social media. So income, it can be from rupees 0 to billions. So it has a fixed starting point. It has a fixed 0, which in actual means 0, that it has an actual value. Same with from 0 to 110, it can be anything. Weight, for age the unit is year, or month, it can be in month also. For weight, kg, height, centimeter or feet. So all these have units, right? And all these have a fixed starting point where 0 has absolute meaning. So you have to remember this. The next is slide consists of this. I have just made a visual presentation that from lowest to highest, the lowest is nominal scale and the highest is ratio scale. These two, nominal and ordinal, comes under qualitative, and these two, interval and ratio, comes under quantitative. So guys, this was for today. I hope this video would be very helpful for you to understand the concept with the help of examples, because examples are very important to remember any concept and not to get confused. If you really like this video, then please like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel, and give the feedback in the comment box below so that I can work on it. And you can also join us on Telegram and follow us on Instagram. So please do follow us on Instagram, because quiz links are provided on Instagram every month. So if you really want to participate in that quiz, so you can just click on those links and get the quiz link.